How's it going, DockHound fans? It's Dominic Stearn, joined by JT Miller, who joined the DockHounds last year in June. He's ready to run it back with Lake Country. JT, we can't wait to watch you at Wisconsin Brewing Company Park this upcoming season.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me on here. Excited to get back up to Wisconsin this summer and pitch in front of those great fans.
And JT was a part of the young crew that rolled in midway through the 2024 campaign that really turned around the season for the Lake Country DockHounds. And it was your first time pitching professionally. What was that experience like for you to call yourself a pro?
Man, I'll take you back to my first outing in Milwaukee. Was actually when I joined the team, and it was a weekday. There wasn't really, I would say, wasn't really a normal crowd for the American Association, and it felt like there was about 20,000 people there, My heart was racing. It was truly a moment I'll never forget. So it was really cool. And I really enjoyed it being up there in Lake Country, and I'm excited to get back.
Yeah, what was your favorite part about being here in Lake Country, Wisconsin? Obviously, a gorgeous area, kind of similar to Texas and also McNeese, where you pitched at most recently collegiately.
Yeah, so yeah, the weather is, a little bit nicer down here right now than you guys up there, but it's the reverse whenever I'm up there in summer. Because it's nice up there in summer and super hot down here in Texas. But it's been really good to get up back up there, and I'm really excited to get back with some of the guys from last year's team, and hopefully try and make a deeper run in the postseason this year than we did last year. I mean, I think we really turned it around from right around like right, what you said, and when you got a bunch of the young guys up there, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think we got a good group coming back, and we're gonna have that chip on our shoulder, because we made the playoffs last year. It was a cool experience, but now we need to bring it home for Lake Country.
It was an exciting young squad that had a killer August after a good July that really turned it around. How does that drive you getting to the playoffs, but then coming up short for this upcoming season? Because you could be content, but we know that you obviously want more.
For sure. Yeah, I think everybody kind of will say that they have like a little chip on their shoulder now because, we got to experience all the fun things of clinching and doing all that. But, ultimately that's not really what we have in mind, so we want to get to the championship and win it for Lake Country, for the first time in history. So that would be really cool. And I think we're gonna have a really good group of guys coming back this year, and I think we can ultimately do it and reach the goal.
So going back to before you became a Lake Country Dock Hound, you got to pitch at two schools. What was it like going from that college feel to the professional feel here in Lake Country?
It was definitely different. I didn't really know what to expect with the whole professional level. I got to pitch, at some really cool places in college. I got to pitch my freshman year at Minute Maid Park at the Astros stadium, so that was really cool. Got to pitch in places like Arkansas, Texas A&M, so that was really neat. But ultimately, it was just a different feel to things from college to the pro level. It's basically you get to do your own routine, do your everything that you need to do to get ready for the game today. And at college they had you on a set schedule for to arrive at the field. Like we have a plan for that stuff, but like I'm talking about way before, like at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, I'll get to the field around then for 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock game, because if I want to lift or do things like that. So it kind of like opened my perspective on baseball a little bit. I got to learn from some older guys last year, so it was kind of cool to see what they do every day, and like guys like John Duplantier, who else? Bonnell, I always watched him, like what he would do, things like that. So it was just kind of like a new perspective on baseball for me, and I got to learn things to kind of take care of my arm better, eat better, things like that. Talk with guys, about what they're seeing whenever I would pitch and things like that. So it was really neat, from going to the top senior at McNeese and then going back down, and now I'm a rookie and pro ball. So it was a big balance, but it was cool. It was really neat, and I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, the ebbs and flows, you had to work your way back up the food chain, if you will. And you got off to a great start, the Lake Country DockHounds, and you finished with a 3.03 ERA and 29 and two-thirds innings. I mean, what can we expect from you in year two now that it's a first full pro season? Because that's a very good campaign.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I'm not really sure what coach has for me planned, but I assume probably out the bullpen again. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like I think kind of towards the end of last season, I was kind of getting dragged down. Coming straight from college, where I threw I think 58 or 55 innings, and so it was kind of catching up to me a little bit. And this season, I'm just really excited to be a part of a full 100 game season and see how much I can progress throughout the season, or do what I do best and get innings for us, and make some people swing and miss at that changeup.
Yeah, the changeup, that's actually where I was going to go next. It was one of the best pitches on the Lake Country DockHounds this season. Did someone teach you that changeup? And when did you learn how to throw that pitch? And also, when did you realize that it was going to be a pitch that was going to take you to the professional level?
I mean, honestly, I didn't really know that I would have a chance to play professionally. So like, I knew I wasn't going to get drafted or anything like that. Um, but anyways, like I've always had a really good changeup. That was the first pitch I threw when I was younger. It was actually my grandpa that taught me how to throw it. He's passed away now, unfortunately, but I know he's out there watching. Um, but yeah, he taught me when I don't know my exact age, but I was pretty young, and that was like the first pitch I knew how to throw outside of a fastball, and it just kind of stuck with me throughout my life. So it's always been a really good pitch, and it's just like super natural for me to throw it. Where guys are the opposite. Sometimes they have a really good curveball or slider. It's the opposite for me.
That's a really cool story. And it's my understanding that you've been working on another off-speed pitch this off season too.
Yes, yes. I've been kind of working on my slider, trying to get it more consistent. And then, my fastball has some nice run to it naturally. So I've been kind of throwing a two seam to try and even get more run now, on it, because I used to throw a two seam back in at my first college, Texas A&M Corpus Christi. And I don't know why, I just slowly like stopped throwing it and switched to the four seam. So I've been kind of working on that a little bit, and getting my slider slash slur, whatever you want to call it, just a little bit better.
And you had the opportunity to work with Paul Wagner, who pitched in the bigs for 7 years. Also, Milwaukee Brewers legend out here. You got the opportunity to work with Ken Huckabee, World Series champion. He also had a nice MLB career. And then Stevie Dieterich in the bullpen. He's going to be the bullpen coach. How excited are you to run it back with his coaching staff to continue to learn and get better?
Oh, I'm really excited. They offered me, a chance to play, and that's all I got the opportunity, and kind of made the best of it, last year. And it was really cool, being with Wags in the bullpen, and Stevie, he's, best bullpen catcher in the league, really good guy. And I'm excited, because they offered me some points and tips last year, things that they would see, and help me out. So I'm really excited to get back for year two, and you know being back with them. There's really not much more you can ask for. They already know who you are. They know what you can do, and now how can we improve more? Like last year. So I'm really excited.
Baseball aside, what's the thing you're looking forward to most about returning to Lake Country?
I think I would just say the beautiful weather and the golf. Uh, I liked enjoying the nice 70 degrees and sunny. I'm used to 110 down here in Texas in the summer, so it's quite a difference when you go up there and have no humidity and everything. And the golf was phenomenal. compared to what I'm used to, because in the summer down here, it's all everything's burnt from it being so hot. So I really enjoyed, just being outdoors really is honestly what I liked a lot about Lake Country and Wisconsin in general.
There isn't a whole lot of being outside right now as I look out at an overcast and we're expecting snow later today. Have you been able to golf at all this off season? Because I was disappointed when they started closing the courses in October. Of course, it made sense, but still is sad for me who grew up in California and Arizona.
Yeah, so I've actually gotten to golf a little bit. Not a crazy amount, but I actually golfed this past weekend with a few of my buddies from McNeese, and it was a good time. But the weather here has been okay, weather-wise, but it's always like it's been so rainy here recently, so it's just not the ideal weather. And I say like rainy and 45, 50, and that's like the definition of cold down here. So can't imagine what it's like up there.
Yeah. One last question for you, JT. Thank you so much for joining me. Is say in about 15 years, once your baseball career comes to a close, what can Dockhound fans expect to see you doing in your everyday life?
So that's kind of a question up in the air. I'm kind of
Well, what do
kind of
you
just
want to
going
do?
with the flow.
What do you want to do?
What I've always wanted to do is be, a sportscaster or sports analyst for ESPN, things like that, or a play-by-play, announcer, kind of like what you do. And I just don't know. I've kind of like just been thinking about it and looking for jobs around here, part-time, and it's just kind of hard to get something. So I don't know. Officially, when I'm done with baseball, probably that, or right now I have an online job that I'm working for a law firm, kind of just writing summaries and things that I've kind of enjoyed. It's been different, but I might eventually look into law school or something like that if I really, continue to like it. So we'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. Well, JT, thank you so much for joining me today. I can't wait to see you back up here in Oconomowoc and pitching for the Lake Country DockHounds.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate you having me on, and can't wait to see you guys up in Lake Country this summer.